Hi, Zoelle. Welcome to the kingdom.
Hi.
I know that you want to let your intrusive thoughts win, and you just want to yell into the microphone.
No, I'm just laughing for no reason.
I know. It's like when you're not supposed to laugh in like a serious matter, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this funny to ya?
Yeah. A bit.
Really?
Mhm.
How do you feel today?
Yay.
What did you do today? You went to church?
And I went to go see the Super Mario Brothers movie, and I'm not going to spoil your audience.
Okay, in case anyone wanted to watch the Super Mario's movie, Zoelle won't spoil it, but it was good.
Yeah.
And then you had 2 slushies.
Yeah.
And you were on a sugar high like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Would you consider that a sugar high or no?
Probably not.
No?
No.
How would you describe how you were feeling?
Like I just drank 2 slushies.
Okay. Makes sense. Don't put it there just hold it up. Yeah. Okay, everyone. You are now listening to Welcome to the Kingdom. Welcome if you're new. My name is Karen Adokora, and I am with my littlest sister who has never been on the pod. I don't think she was ever mature enough to be on the pod. I started the pod when she was 10. So it probably makes sense. Now she's 12. I think she has a bit more knowledge, a bit more wisdom, a bit more conversational skills. It's still a bit crazy though, so we're gonna have to contain her crazy this episode. What do you think?
That's not fair.
That's not fair?
No.
What would you say is fair?
Letting me be a little bit crazy. Just a tiny.
Okay,
tiny
okay.
bit.
Okay, we'll let you be a little bit crazy, just a tiny bit for the pod. How's that?
Sure.
Everyone is welcome to the kingdom in this pod, like all kinds of people, especially Zoel Darko.
Okay.
So Zoel, tell the audience a bit about yourself. Who are you? Age, likes, hobbies. Like, how would you describe Zoel Darko?
Did you just say legs or what did you just say?
Likes.
Oh, likes.
Yeah,
Not,
I have
not
2 black legs.
not legs.
How would you describe your legs?
Long.
Yeah, they're very long. Zoel is longer than me.
I'm gonna be turning 5'8"
Yeah, well, you're only 5'5",
and a half.
so you're almost 5'6", and you're 12. That's wild. She's getting taller than Clara even, and Clara was like the tall model of the family. So you're not gonna dethrone her as the model. How do you feel about that?
Okay.
Okay, so describe yourself for the audience.
So, right.
Talk closer to the mic.
Okay. So, I have no idea how to describe myself. Please give me like examples. I don't know how to start.
I know. I guess I would just say like I know it's a hard question when someone says like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, my name is Karen. I'm 22. I graduated college a year ago. I now live in New York City. I'm pursuing social media, digital marketing. I have a podcast, a YouTube channel. I like to read. I love God. I like music, like stuff like that."
Okay.
Mhm.
So, my name is Zoelle. I am 12.
Mhm.
I've forgotten everything else. Yeah, that's all you're
Aw.
getting.
Okay.
And then I like arts, music.
She loves art. She's really good at animating. She makes. Yes, she is. She's very good at animating.
Don't trust her.
She's very good at animating. She loves animators. She loves watching YouTube. She loves her Nintendo.
Yes, I do.
She just had a science fair project. What was your science fair project about?
How salty does water have to be for an egg to float and to stop a grown man's heart?
Oh, wow.
That last part, joke.
Uh.
Slash J.
Okay, so just how salty does water have to be for an egg to float?
Yeah.
And what was the answer?
5 cups of water and 1 cup of salt.
Okay, interesting.
Did you know that 16 tablespoons of salt can stop an entire grown man's heart?
Wow. That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
16 tablespoons?
I'm out to get you, Karen.
We now know if I'm dead, let this be the warning sign.
Yes.
Okay, so on my podcast, I do something called um what I'm welcoming and exiling each week, okay? So each week I tell the audience what I'm welcoming into my kingdom, like anything new. If I just started liking a new snack or reading a new book or listening to a new artist or like a new thought. Like 3 things that I just welcomed this week. And then what I'm exiling, 3 things that I'm getting rid of this week. So let's say like I'm getting rid of like procrastination, I'm getting rid of social media this week, or maybe I'm getting rid of, maybe I stopped liking boba. Like I'm getting rid of boba this week, you know? Never would happen, I know.
That is monstrous, Karen. If you did, I would disown you as my sister slash J.
Okay, so what are 3 things you're welcoming?
Art, music, art.
No, you have to be specific. You just watched the Super Mario's movie, so you could say you're welcoming that.
Yeah, sure. And art
Okay.
and music.
What kind of art and what kind of music?
You wouldn't get it.
Tell me. I'm sure someone listening would get it.
The music part, that's really hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
This is what her music sounds like. Ding 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 ding.
stop!
That's literally all she listens to.
Stop. That's only one part.
Okay.
Uh,
Or like, I'm so lonely
No.
and I'm
no, it's
sad.
not. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not those kinds of socks. Socks, not socks.
Okay.
How do I explain this? So imagine a really happy sounding song
Mm-hmm.
with a very dark meaning behind it, but it just sounds so good that you just can't stop listening to it.
Oh, yikes.
And it's in another language.
Oh, yikes. You are complex. So many layers to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of music you're welcoming?
Yeah.
And what kind of art are you welcoming?
Every
Kind of art. What is the main form of art medium that you like?
cartoonish.
Cartoonish, like animating.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I brought you on here today because you recently came back from Ghana. Actually, that was in January, so it's been a bit now.
Yeah.
You were in Ghana for I think 9 months last year.
Yes, I was. I counted.
You counted every day that went by.
No, I counted every month.
Was it a traumatizing time for you?
Kind of, but I have my cats, so I was, I guess, fine.
Yeah. Should we talk about how it happened?
Sure.
I know it's still fresh in your memory, so you probably are like, you know, a bit. You probably still haven't processed everything, and maybe when you're older, you're gonna see everything in a different light. You're gonna think about the experience a little bit differently. But right now, I just kind of want to capture how you're feeling, how it was for you, and stuff like that. Is that cool?
Yeah.
So how did you get to Ghana?
My school was being really dumb and was like, "Hey, your child has missed like 2 weeks of school, almost 2 weeks. Even though in second grade she almost missed 80, but we said nothing but gave you a voicemail. We're about to kick her out." And my mom was like, "Oh no, well, time to send my child to Ghana."
So your school said that you were missing a lot of school.
Yeah.
And that and that they were gonna kick you out because you missed a lot of school.
Yeah.
That's kind of counterproductive, don't you think? Like, she missed a bunch of schools, so now we're going to make her miss more school by kicking her out.
Yeah.
How does that even make sense?
Why were public school system?
How? Look at you being elitist.
I don't know what that means.
Why were you missing a lot of school? Do you know?
The teachers were the worst. Not like only 2 of them.
Yeah.
The other 2, some others were angels.
But you feel like the teachers were not good. You just didn't like school.
No, just the teachers. School was okay.
Yeah.
Students were ruthless, especially mine.
Ruthless in what sense?
One
Just
of
mean?
remember the other that kid that he said, "Oh, I'm from like South, I think Africa or West
Oh, like,
Africa."
yeah.
So he kept on saying slurs and calling people insults.
Yeah.
And was threatening to kill them in some way, even though I did the same thing, but mine was a ha slash J.
What? So he threatened to kill people, and then you threatened to kill people, but you were joking.
Yeah.
Interesting. So long story short, you didn't like school. No. So you just didn't want to go.
Yeah.
And so like every morning you would wake up and you just like didn't want to go to school, basically.
I still don't, but I just have to.
I mean, I feel like nobody really wants to go to school at that age, to be honest. Like school is just like a drag. Especially 6th grade was brutal. I think I've told you.
Yeah.
6th grade was really hard for me because that was when I came. You and I kind of did like a swap, you know? Like you left school, you left America and went to 6th grade in Ghana. I left Ghana to come do 6th grade here. So we kind of have like opposite experiences almost, where I grew up knowing Ghana and then I came to America, and then you grew up knowing America and then you went to Ghana.
Yeah.
So basically you're missing a bunch of school, you don't like school, you get up in the morning and you just like don't want to go. Was that it?
Yeah, I think mainly the problem was because the people were kind of rude, but also we like came back from the pandemic.
Yeah.
So after like a year probably or more of like staying inside.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started on how stupid I was during that time. But it literally, I was like, it was lunch. And I was like, what do we do now? They're like, I don't know, read a book. And I was like, oh, so school's over?
And so then you would leave school for the
then
rest
I
of the
went
day?
And waited for like almost an hour for my friend to finish her classes, not thinking, oh wait, I probably have classes. And I was like, oh, I feel so bad. She doesn't have any classes. And then the next day they were like, where were you?
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what do you mean?
Like, what do you mean school is over?
Yeah, no. When the pandemic kind of like settled down, my teacher gave me 2 what are those called?
Packets?
No, they're like time, like paper of time things.
Oh.
Like we gotta take
like schedule?
Yeah, schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, the schedule. She gave me 2 schedules because she said that I really needed it.
Wow. That's kind of condescending. But so pandemic was happening. It was weird. Like I feel like pandemic as a were you in 4th grade?
Yeah, I was in 4th.
Pandemic as a 4th grader must have been very interesting. So all of a sudden you're doing school online, and now you have to go back to regular school after like a whole year of school online, and school just feels like a drag.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone kind of feels that way, even regardless of how old you are. Going back to school after a lot of people dropped out of school. Like a lot of people after the pandemic were like, I don't want to go to college anymore. You know, a lot of people did a lot of like life-changing things. So I completely understand how you went through the pandemic and then you had to go back to school, and school just seemed like daunting, right? Yeah. So after you go back to school and you're missing a bunch of school, and your school's like, oh, we're gonna kick you out because you're missing a bunch of school. Coincidentally, Mama is going to Ghana that same month, right? Was that not what happened?
That's not what she said.
Okay, what did she say?
She was like, oh yeah, you're going to Ghana. Why? Because your school's kicking you out, and we just want to put you there to show you all about your home country, your home birthing land.
Yeah, your motherland.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, like, we're just going to put you in Ghana school.
Yeah, we're going to put you in Ghana school, even though we promised everyone that we'd put you into therapy. But, yeah, we're just going to plop you into a different country for 9 months and see what happens.
And what do you think happened, good or bad?
Good, because I figured out what study vlogs were, and it just kind of changed everything.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so you feel like you got something positive out of it.
I guess.
Yeah. But like the whole experience was probably hard. Because I was in Ghana for a month and it was hard for me.
Yeah.
Ghana was hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was staying in the same place that you were. So I feel like it was, I can't imagine 9 months.
Every day from school, I'd turn on the air conditioner. And when the lights came off, I was crying.
Aww.
And I couldn't do anything because it was so hot. And when they finally came on, I was happier than ever.
Yeah, I don't like the random on and off of the electricity.
Yeah.
They call it dumso.
Yeah, I like normally when that happens here, you just go downstairs, see if it works, and if it doesn't, you just kind of wait it out for like a few minutes and then it comes on. Nope. Ghana is like, okay, either it goes on for 10 minutes or 2 hours.
Yeah. Or sometimes like days. It used to be like days when I was little.
Oh, I'm so glad that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah.
If it was days, I would have been sad.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been, I'm missing my episodes of Sam and Cat, please.
You didn't even watch Sam and Cat.
It's an example. I wanted to say Liv and Maddie, but I forgot.
Oh, okay. You watched Liv and Maddie in Ghana?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mama's like, let's go to Ghana and put you in Ghana school. Immediately, what are your thoughts?
Huh? No, she didn't even bring up the Ghana school part. She's like, I'm gonna put you into Ghana. I'm like, why? I don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And a funny thing, I'm sitting there and then I'm like, oh wait, I forget something. Instead of like bringing something that I will soon lose for for almost a year, instead of bringing a simple little Nintendo, I brought a pillow. I was like, oh my gosh, I almost forgot my pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lost my Nintendo for how long?
I'm not sure.
Like almost 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so why didn't you want to go to Ghana like immediately? Immediately you're like, no, I don't want to go to Ghana. Why?
Because America.
What about it?
It's America. America's the freedom state, even though people like die from other people every single day.
So you don't want to go to Ghana because you feel like Ghana doesn't have the freedom that America has.
Yeah, but I was kind of wrong.
You were wrong.
Yeah.
Do you think Ghana has more freedom or less freedom?
A bit more.
Really?
I've counted over 100 dogs that I have seen on the streets.
In Ghana?
Yeah. Want to know how many I just see like standing there without people walking them?
Zero. Yeah, here you can't really find like animals that are not being attended to.
Unless they're like in an
Lost,
alleyway.
Yeah, or stray cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just kind of had like a negative view of what Ghana was. Like, you know, and I remember Clara and I would try and show you like pictures and be like, try and get you excited about Ghana because that's where we grew up. So we really loved it. We really love it still and are like super excited about it. And so we're trying to show you like Ghana is beautiful. You're going to have such a good time. And so when you got to Ghana, what did your expectations, how did your expectations match up with reality? What were you expecting and what did you find?
I was expecting heat strokes, dying people, melting people.
Oh my gosh.
Melting skin.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. Just a lot of hyperbole of heat.
Okay.
I don't know what I was expecting, really. When I first heard of like Ghana before the pictures, and like Mama would say like, "Oh, they're gonna treat you like a princess," when they see like an American person in their school or something. Literally, when you say that, don't let it like at least elaborate on that because my imagination went wild and it still kind of did because I can still remember like seeing like in imagination world. I don't know if I could say this part.
Say it. Everything is welcome on the pod.
Hay huts.
Hay huts? So you imagine like hay huts. You imagine Ghana being full of hay huts?
Yeah, and dirt, and then like people, like, you know how in funerals they wear those kind of clothes? Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
kind of imagined.
So you imagined hay huts and dirt and like hot people and
Hot people.
not hot people, sexy people. I'm just kidding. People hot, like people who are just sweating.
Yeah, and then I could like see them kind of like in that that war on Bugan Street kind of movie. They're like, oh my gosh, look, it's an American, and then they actually treat me like an actual princess of England. Yeah,
because that's what Mama was telling you.
Yeah.
And what did you find when you got there? Like
people literally just don't care. Like, if you're American, okay, we don't care.
Yeah. Back then, though, back in the day, if you're American, it was definitely a much more like, ooh. Because I remember in the school that I went to, there would be like foreign kids, and whenever they would come and they had the accents, we were like super excited and everybody wanted to be their friends. But now it's not the same anymore because now everyone is kind of like realizing like America is not really all that.
So like every time you went to school and you heard someone like, hello Karen, how are you doing today? You just want to be their friend.
Yeah, basically. But not me, everybody else. Me, I just kind of like, I definitely tried hard to be like the nonchalant one, the one that like didn't care about the foreign kids, even though I did secretly. I'm like, ooh, I'm so jealous of them, but like like outside I just made it look like I didn't care about them,
and
so
then
that
your
like
frowning face almost became your permanent face.
Yeah. So how would you rate like Ghana overall on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm really thinking about this. I could either be mean or be nice.
I mean, be true to what you feel.
5.5. 4.5 actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some pros and cons?
Pros are animals everywhere. You could literally just go onto the street with money to buy something, and no one really cares. Like, no one.
Yeah.
Because in America, they'll be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing alone? People, like 5 people are going to try and sell your body parts on the black market. People here are like, oh, look, a 4-year-old with no adult supervision with 50 CDs. That's normal. And go on with their day.
Yeah.
And cats and dogs are kind of easy to get, kind of.
Yeah. People are just like selling them by the roadside.
Yeah, and yeah, there's a lot of billboards. It's mesmerizing. Their KFC is kind of good.
Ghana's KFC is good.
Yeah, but Clara said that it tasted more like fish.
Yeah, it did.
It did?
I thought that it tasted like fish. I feel like they fried everything in the fish oil.
Probably did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, everything was good.
So those are the pros. KFC, animals everywhere, no adults. Pools. No adult supervision needed really.
Yeah.
And then what are some cons?
Heat. I am a person who like if it's way too hot or way too cold, I will feel so uncomfortable to the fact where I will like start to cry. I really hate that kind of weather. So if it's like spring and it's in the middle, it's like great. I won't cry or anything. So in Ghana where it was like really, really hot,
the heat is really like
hot. I hated every moment of that. Every moment.
So the things that made it a 5.5, the negative things are that it was hot
and you don't know how many bees there were.
Bugs.
They're not even bees. I barely saw even bees. I saw wasps. Worse than bees. At my school, every like top corner there would be a wasp nest.
Oh my gosh.
Literally in our classroom, in one of the light bulbs, the little the part where it holds the light bulb. Yeah, there were wasps going inside of it. Like every single part. I would actually, my favorite part of the school, the ICT room, I'd actually have to bolt into the room and get like terrified when the door was locked because right in front of it, a light bulb, there were like a few wasps there, like two, and it would, like they would start flying when they needed to get something, and it was terrifying each time. Every time they moved, I would get scared. They moved. They like a little like a little turn, like 20 degrees. That is enough to make me just jump out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like every time I go to school and I see they've moved positions is scary. Like I see them on like the wall one moment and then now they're on the ceiling. No, that's scary.
Yeah.
I hate it. It's terrifying. And everyone made fun of me for it, for being scared. Even the teacher. I was like, oh yeah, I've never been stung by a wasp, and it's like really scary for me. He's like, well, wasp stings, they are not fun. You don't want to feel them. That does not help at all. Not at all.
So you were the only one that was scared of the bugs?
Someone even called me like not human, kind of. They were like, well, look at us, all human beings, like sitting down while you're terrified of a wasp coming into the classroom.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of rude.
First of all, Shadid, you're like the class president. Like you know, like those movies where the class president is like the smart kind of snitchy. They're like, can you guys please shut your gobs? The teacher wants us to be silent as she takes her phone call outside in the hallway. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also like really rude.
So she was kind of rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not nice. If I was scared of something, and like someone was like kind of invalidating how I feel, I would be upset.
Yeah.
So things that made it, negative, some cons of Ghana was like the heat, the bugs, probably like not being able to see your family.
Yeah, I literally call you every day like, I need you here. You've left me into this prison of no air conditioner. Prisons are supposed to be cold, not like I'm
Hot.
in an oven.
Yeah.
This is not Arizona. I would rather be in Arizona than this. I could cook 5 eggs in this weather. You've left your child. This is abuse.
Honestly, it could be considered abandonment.
This is why I have abandonment issues.
Okay, you don't have abandonment issues. But maybe you do. Maybe you developed some from that experience. I feel like Mama did leave you in good hands. Yeah. She thought she's leaving you in good hands. You loved Mommy. I grew up with Mommy. So Zoelle actually went to stay with the lady that raised me.
Yeah.
When my mom was in America. So it was honestly like we kind of had the same experience except swapped, where this lady, her name is Mommy. Oh, I call her Mommy. Her name is Jane though. She raised me, and then now she got to take care of Zoelle for 9 months. Did you like Mommy?
Yeah, I loved her. She even bought cats, even though she's admitted so many times she does not like animals.
Yeah, the only way Zoelle would have been content with her stay was if we got her cats in Ghana. So they got her 2 cats to stay with. What were their names?
Pepper and Onion. Actually, they wanted to just get one, but they just kind of added the other one because they were together all the time, and they were thinking of removing the other one, and I was like, no.
Bring both of them.
Yeah, which was a great choice because the other one died. So if we like put away the other one, no cats, and that would be sad, and I'd be lonely.
Yeah. What were their names?
Pepper and Onion.
How did you get those names?
I don't know. I just like when I first saw the first cat, I just thought Pepper because it's like a really common name. Because when you see a gray cat, what's the first name that comes up?
I would not say Pepper.
What?
Yeah.
You wouldn't see a tabby cat and just go, well, his name is Pepper now, and he's mine.
No, I wouldn't. So that's just the first name that came to mind.
Yeah, and then they were there. I wanted to call them Spice, but like everyone kept on calling them Spicy. But I didn't want that, so I just went with Onion.
Okay. Oh, you wanted pepper and spice.
Yeah.
But then you did pepper and onion. I liked pepper and onion.
Yeah, I should have done ice spice.
Wait, so who's yeah, ice and spice.
Yeah.
So which one's the one that died? Pepper?
Yeah, pepper.
Aw.
He
What?
was like really, really food motivated.
Mm-hmm.
So food motivated, in fact, that Onion used to be very skinny and very light because not Onion, Pepper kept on taking all the food. So every time they got the chance to go outside, which makes it like 10 times worse to even get them inside.
Yeah.
Onion would like play with the grass, but Pepper
Mm-hmm.
would just eat it.
Yeah.
And when I was outside, I had to like pull him away from the grass to
Mhm.
not eat it, but he kept on doing it, and then he got sick and died.
Aw.
They were like, "Oh no, we'll get him to a hospital." And then like the next day, I saw like a kind of like a cloth, like a black cloth.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Hey, where's Pepper?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, they brought him to the hospital." I was like, "Okay."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "But why is that cloth there?" And I unraveled it, and it was the body of Pepper.
No. They told you they took Pepper to the hospital?
Yeah, and then I was like, "No, Pepper's not in the hospital. He is dead right there,
Oh no.
right next to our second bathroom." And she's like, "Oh, I thought they brought him to the hospital because that's what we asked the uncle to do." I think the uncle like kind of saw that Pepper was already dead,
Yeah.
so he didn't really know what to do and just.
So he covered it with a cloth.
Yeah, and he wasn't really there the next day. I don't know what they did to him.
The uncle?
No.
Oh.
The uncle. Like, you blasphemous human, you hid my other child's thingy, mabobber,
Mm-hmm.
and you shall now pay with the disappearance. We will put missing posters, but no one will ever find you.
Dang. You took it all the way there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry about your loss.
Yeah, but Onion got fat, and now she's my chubby little, not baby anymore. She's a mother.
Yes, she is a mother.
I can't believe this. I've been gone for so long. She's now a mother, and she still cries my name.
Aww.
And
Were you sad that you couldn't bring them to America?
Of course I was.
Yeah.
I was literally planning, like, oh my gosh, it'll be so fun to just have a cat in America, and
Mhm.
now I could like play with them.
Yeah.
I would every time, since I am someone who plans ahead of time
Mm-hmm.
and draws, I would draw life
Mm-hmm.
like in future, and I would draw Pepper and Onion in the pictures.
Aww.
And then when Pepper died, I just did Onion in the pictures before I realized I could not bring cats because America goes, "Your cats are probably rabid." Even though humans here are already rabid, we've lost like millions of people due to school shootings and other shootings and violence.
Oh my
But
God.
your animals are rabid. We do not allow unless you give us money. Give us money now. That's just how it is.
Oh, you cracked me up. Yeah, they made it very hard to bring like an animal over.
Yeah, there were. Sorry. But it was like I couldn't bring the cats, but they were like, "Oh, if you want a dog, we can like pay to get a dog over."
Mm.
And I was like, "So you'll let me bring a dog, something that's way harder to take care of, and when you leave it alone for like 10 minutes, it probably has already ripped open your couch."
Mm-hmm.
Than a cat that literally just takes care of itself and makes like a few messes.
Mm. So you would say you're a cat person and not a dog person.
I am both, but more of a cat person.
More of a cat person. You're definitely yeah. I could just see you like with like 3 cats when you're older.
I probably will have that.
You'll be the cat lady.
Yeah.
Aww.
I think I'll just have 1 cat though.
Yeah, just 1.
Yeah, not 3. I think 3 is too much.
3 is too much. Okay, so when you had to, where did you stay in Ghana?
Kumasi.
Kumasi.
Where literally nothing happens
Honestly, I feel you.
except for a fire.
Oh yeah, that's true. So you stayed in Kumasi and then you went with Mama. So Mama took you to Ghana and then she left you there.
Yeah.
How did you feel in that moment when you realized you were not going back to America with her?
I felt betrayed. I was flabbergasted. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
My own mother, the mother that birthed me in the evening of January 28, 2011 in the hospital and named me and raised me, is now leaving.
Yeah.
Abandoning their own child with their other 2 children away. You kept on complaining how everything is boring without me. Then why leave me, mother? I could not even look nor chat to you. Do not get into my personal life again unless you bring me back.
Yeah. So you didn't want to talk to her.
I did.
Well, you did.
Yeah.
But you kind of wanted to just like, she would ask about her personal life and you just didn't want to tell her personal life because like you wanted to be back. You were just kind of upset.
Yeah, I was very upset.
Yeah, I understand. I definitely in that moment would have felt betrayed as well. I would have felt just like kind of lied to in a way. I wish that she would have told you maybe like exactly what was going to happen. You wouldn't have liked it though. So maybe she didn't have a choice but to kind of con you into it.
Yeah, but like the thing that really makes me mad is that they kept on postponing
your return date.
Yeah, because like the plane ticket said like April something, probably May though.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, we're going back at this time. They're like, no. I was like, wait, what? And they're like, oh no, we're going back at this time. They leave and they're like, oh yeah, you're coming back in June. You're coming back in July. You're coming back in December. You're coming back in January.
Yeah.
Grandma kept on saying that I would come back in March.
Really?
Thank goodness I didn't, because if I did, I would probably jump out a window.
Oh my god.
300 feet out in the air.
Oh, please. No, you wouldn't.
I probably would.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, maybe I wouldn't.
Exactly. But yeah, you felt upset. And I felt sad. I really definitely missed you. I knew that being in Ghana was good for you because I feel like every Ghanaian child should get to experience a bit of Ghana, like, you know, deeply, and not just like maybe a 2-week visit, but really immerse yourself in the culture, get to know the people, get to know your surroundings, preferably with your family around and not with like a random like lady that you are just meeting. So I think that's what went wrong, was that your family wasn't around. But I definitely think that everyone needs to experience just like being, just if you've never been to Ghana and like your family's from somewhere, living there for some months I think is good. What do you say? Yeah.
But Nathaniel and Ephraim and Michelle and Mackenzie didn't have to go through it, so why did I?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I guess I would say that Nathaniel and Ephraim should go through it.
They should.
I think
they should be forced. If they don't get good grades, they're forced there for like a year, and they have to go through the pain that I had to go through.
Aww.
I'm evil.
No, you're not. I think they all should get to the experience to live in Ghana for a while.
Mackenzie and
I think it changes you for the better.
Yeah, Mackenzie and Michelle can go there for 3 weeks. Nathaniel and Ephraim shall go there for the rest of their life until they get so distraught that they change their mind of thinking and are now straight A students and have very good jobs.
See, but then that would be a great outcome, that Ghana changed, you know? That where you're there, you are kind of forced to maybe like pattern up, you know? Like get sharper, get smarter, get more organized, get more disciplined. I think that a lot of what America lacks when it comes to children is discipline. I think that you can raise a disciplined child in America, but I think that
American school, public school.
Yes, exactly.
It's really rude. They literally do nothing.
Exactly.
Well, they teach, but not
nothing else to really like train a child.
They're like, all right, class, we're gonna learn the quantum physics, and why not? We explode some chemicals in science. How does that sound? And dissect a frog.
And nothing really like fundamental or like, and I guess that's where family comes in, and what school lacks, your family is supposed to instill those disciplines and values and morals with you. But I think that there's a different level of discipline that like being in a Ghana school brings, and being in Ghana in general brings, that I think is beneficial. And I think that I know that you didn't really have a good time while being there, but I think that even you can attest that you're way more organized, on top of things, stick to your routine. You created a whole new routine. You basically matured from like in a 9-month span. You became a new person.
The discipline thing. Yeah, in America, when you cheat on a test, that's like I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I'm still gonna do it because I'm not gonna really get that much in trouble except for like a detention or a call from home.
Mm-hmm.
In Ghana, that feels terrifying. Like I'm in the middle of a horror movie. I'm not even cheating, but I feel like I'm about to get my head chopped off for just looking at like the corner of someone's paper.
Oh my gosh.
If they caught you like trying to cheat, you would be whipped like in the front. During like our midterms, apparently like a kid in our school did really something bad, not cheating, but like the entire HIVS Hilltop International British School where like Ghanaian kids and the internationals were there.
Yeah.
Like the entirety of it, had to watch it in like a little room where we did all our tests. We had to watch this kid get beat.
Oh my god.
And he still did not learn anything from that. He literally gets beat like every day, and yet he'll be like, my dad brought me this jacket and I will not be taking it off. you can tell him that.
Was he American?
He wasn't.
Oh.
I literally looked at him. I looked at the wrong direction, just zoning out, and then he insulted me.
Oh no. Well, maybe he deserves to get beat.
Yeah.
But so you went to an international school, a school for like British kids, American kids that are in Ghana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like that? Would you have went to a purely Ghanaian school, or did you like that they put you in a kind of like a hybrid school?
I like that they put me in a hybrid school, even though the people were a bit more
mean. Yeah. I think international kids in Ghana probably will be a bit mean because they are wealthier than the average kids there.
Yeah, because there was this British person. That's why I made a British accent. She was like really, really mean. I was just minding my business, trying to figure out what to just, art. Yeah. And then she goes, can I see you all? And I like shake my head. No, because no, I don't wanna. Wanna know what she does?
What does she do?
Literally yanks the paper out of my hands and tries to look at it. Thankfully, I have literally drawn nothing but a circle.
Okay, good.
And like a few words, trying to figure out like what to do. Yeah. Yeah, and then I yanked it in a way and looked at her like, do not do this again or else I will throw you out this 6-foot building.
Did you say that?
No. But I made her look that said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rude that she would just yank like your personal drawing out of your hands even though you don't want her to see it.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
People did pay me to draw like a few
what?
parts, but
really?
Yeah, I said, "Oh yeah, I'll pay you pay me and I draw." I did commissions.
You commissioned your artwork.
Yeah.
Look at you being a businesswoman.
And I got like around 10 CDs from it.
What?
Like one CD maybe a few pesos per person.
Wow. What did you do with that money?
Oh, I just bought food. What do you think I would do with it?
I don't know.
Maybe pay Jane, my other cousin.
For what? What do you need to pay her for?
Massages.
She massaged you? Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, and then she kept on going like, "Oh, I'm not going to massage you for free anymore. You're going to pay me." And I said, "Okay." So I made sure every day I'd have at least enough money just to pay her.
Dang.
And she'd be like, "Oh, no, you got to pay me like 500 CDs." And I'm like,
gosh.
"Jade, I gave you around 13 CDs so you could buy more food every day at school. Yeah. Now you're the one that has to give me money." I got still like 5 to 10
5 to
CDs.
10 CDs from commissioning art.
Yeah.
That's nice. Did you make any friends in Ghana?
Not really.
Maya.
Oh yeah, Maya. I
Yeah.
haven't talked to her. I gave her Mama's number, but she never really.
Did you get her number?
No.
We can ask Mommy for it. I think you should keep in touch with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zoelle met a British girl named Maya who was 9, 10.
Yeah, she's 10 now. She
She's-
was a niece of someone from Boston because
Yeah.
their grandma, their mother
Mm-hmm.
made a really like a mansion in front of grandma's house.
Yes. The house across the one that Zoelle was staying in was a huge mansion that this lady from Boston built.
Yeah.
But then she passed away, so her family came and had the funeral and everything, and Zoelle met one of the granddaughters. And she was over at the mansion all the time.
They had a big pool, and she was great, and the mansion was great.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So, and overall, how would you? Because when you came back to America, I feel like you had a very increased sense of gratitude for everything that we had. You know, I feel like before you saw everything as kind of boring, lackluster. The world was gray. The glass was half empty. And then when you came back, I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, that you had more gratitude for things. You had more your eyes were more opened because you saw a completely different world than what you were used to. And you came back and you were like, yes, this is the world that I'm in.
Yeah.
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 How I know these questions are really complex. So I'm trying to phrase them in the way that you'll be able to answer, but I guess I'm trying to ask what do you think about being in Ghana changed you as a person?
It was literally just a video of a study vlog.
Mm-hmm.
Literally nothing else. Maybe a few stray cats,
Mm-hmm.
but that was all.
So when you were in Ghana, you discovered what a study vlog is.
Yeah.
And ever since then, how did that change you?
I just went, oh, so that's what studying is? Why does it seem so fun? I
Mhm.
want to try that now.
Okay.
Because that's normally what happens when I see something fun
Mm-hmm.
and looks at least simple enough to do.
Yeah.
Like how I saw animation when I was 4, and I was like, well, that's cool. I want to do that now.
Yeah.
Even though it is very much complex and not as simple as I thought it was.
I know. That's kind of how everything is. You think it looks easier than it is. But with hard work, I think you can achieve it. So you discovered what study vlogs were in Ghana. And after that, you're like, I want to live like those girls doing the study vlogs.
Yeah.
So you created a whole new morning routine, evening routine, study tips.
Yeah.
And you follow them day to day.
Yeah.
Tell me what your morning routine is. What time do you wake up now?
So normally...
Okay, first of all, how can you describe your morning routine before you went to Ghana?
So my morning routine when I went to Ghana...
before you went to Ghana?
Yeah, before I went to Ghana. I wake up at 6 a.m., get ready, maybe take a shower if I didn't take a shower,
the night before?
Yeah. Then I have an hour to do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
And then around 8:26, I go to my bus stop. Yeah.
And now what's your morning routine like?
So I wake up at 4:15.
You're insane.
No, I wake up at 4:15 just to kind of get myself ready.
Yeah. Well, what time do you sleep?
But the time I sleep is around 8 to 9.
Before you went to Ghana, what time did you sleep?
Later.
Like what?
11.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I take a moment. If I didn't take a shower the night before,
Mm-hmm.
I go do that, or I just let myself procrastinate for a little, and then I go, wait a minute, and then kind of just do something.
Yeah.
Then at around 5, I get everything ready.
Mm-hmm.
Then around 6, I kind of just wait for Mama to either wake up or just get ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then 7, I kind of...
Do you still go on your walks?
Oh, I'm trying to, but
Yeah.
since before, it was
cold.
cold
Yeah.
and everything wouldn't, sunshine correctly. So yeah.
It was cold and dark basically when you woke up.
Yeah.
I think you should. So Zoelle used to like go on like a little walk around the neighborhood in the mornings before, like right when she woke up. And I have started doing that. Did you know?
What?
I started doing that. I started doing this thing called prayer walks, and I wake up at 5:30 and I walk around my neighborhood for like honestly an hour, sometimes 50 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes, just praying, and then
Not like 5 minutes.
I know
5 minutes is fine, not an hour.
I know you used to do them for just 5 minutes, but I don't know. I just like just seeing where my foot takes me, and then making my way back without a GPS.
I'm happy that I just walk around my neighborhood.
Yeah.
You're in New York City, like the fourth most populated state in the world.
I know.
And you're walking like probably miles away, and then you have no GPS to try and step. Like, if I was you in your shoes, I would get lost like 5 minutes into the walk.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Well, the thing that's good about New York City is that, like, everything is kind of built like a square.
Yeah.
So, like, you just can walk in squares and you'll find your way back.
Yeah.
Or, like, rectangles.
Yeah, the only thing that will help me to, like, try and trace back to where I am is seeing things that I saw.
Like, on your way there.
Yeah, and then I get deja vu. And then I go, wait a minute. So
Do
this
you get
way.
deja vu? Oh. Okay, interesting. Where were we? Oh, so you think so? You're saying study vlogs change. You have a nice set of morning routine now. Do you feel like you got closer to God or no? No. Yes. Not really.
Yeah.
But you're more
Happy.
like happy. You're happier now than you were before.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know.
You used to be like a really sad kid.
People were meanies.
Yeah.
Really meanies. And I couldn't think of comebacks without thinking about them like a few weeks later in the shower. And then wishing I could go back in time to say them.
Aw, everyone has those moments.
Uh-huh.
Also, one big piece of the puzzle is that when you got back to America just recently, you went to a new school.
Oh, yeah.
You now go to a private school. You don't go to a public school anymore. You go to a private school. How do you like that now?
Oh, yeah, it's fun. People are still kind of...
Yeah.
But they're not mean. They're just...
Yeah.
They're like... despisable in a way that you can tolerate them.
Dang. Ouch. Okay.
Especially this one kid, Kampanasi.
Okay, let's not name drop on the pod in case.
Not. I did not say anything. You didn't hear what I said. I said Billy. So Billy.
Yeah.
He. All he did really was make like mean comments about himself. Like so, like if you say, "Oh yeah, no, we had to take out the trash." He's like, "Well, I'm trash. You can take me out." Or like talking about like the word burden or like kind of negative words. He would like put them into him and then complain about like everything.
Aw, that sounds like he has some self-esteem issues.
He enjoys doing them.
Oh, really? He just wants attention.
Kind of. And then he's like friends with another, let's call him, I'm thinking Damien.
Okay.
Yeah, Damien.
Damien and Billy.
Damien and Billy. Damien is kind of like Billy, except he doesn't like make self comments and doesn't complain that much, but they're like kind of the same.
Okay, so you like your new school more than your old school, basically.
Yeah.
How is it now with me living in New York City and Clara in Boston and just you being in the house?
How dare you be able to have stable lives while I am here wishing that I could just live alone with a cat.
Well, I would say that life is not as stable as you think it is for us. But it's okay. That's all part of growing up. And I miss you dearly. I love it when I get to come back and visit you and see you and we can catch up. Um, and I feel like you should beg Mama to bring you to New York City so that you can visit.
Yeah, I should. I should make me miss 5 days of school just to be with you.
Okay, maybe when summer's over, so you're not at risk of
Wait,
being
summer's
kicked out.
over?
No. When summer begins.
Yeah, summer's over.
When school's over, I mean. When school's over, so that you're not at risk of being kicked out of another school for missing too many classes.
Yeah, I've only missed like 3, and they were just like I was genuinely sick.
Yeah.
And since I was like really sick for like a week, every time I had to go back down to the office, I'm like, I feel like I'm doing the thing I used to do, because like I like didn't. No, my teacher, she counted dozing off as go to nurse's office.
That's just so bad.
Yeah, her exact words were, "You cannot sleep in my class, but I'll let you sleep at the nurse's office." That made me a regular visitor at the nurse's office, and the nurse just went, either take sugar to make yourself go, haha, I'm hyper, or just sleep.
So you would choose sleeping.
Yeah, no.
And this was at your old school. You would fall asleep in class often,
yeah,
and the teacher would basically kick you out.
Yeah, the only I kind of dozed
Your
off.
old school sounds terrible.
Yeah, no, I dozed off like a few times in school, but they weren't like bad enough.
Yeah.
Like kind of like not noticeable.
Yeah.
Like in front of people, like, oh, Zoelle, are you okay? Like, yeah, I'm fine, and then doze off again. But it's mainly like parts that weren't important.
Yeah.
Like more of like, oh, I have an idea, or we should do this, or oh, I'm complaining about my life story because apparently you've made me mad somehow.
The teacher would be complaining.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. I don't like how your old school sounds. I'm glad that you like your new school now, and I feel like the teachers care more, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I like when teachers are, and also like the thing with private schools is that the classes are small, so the teachers only have like a few students to really put their all into, because I think that, I mean, being a teacher is probably draining, that you can't really deeply care about each student and give them your all, like in a class of 25 kids, as opposed to a class of like 10 kids.
Yeah, my teacher, he buys Dunkin' Donuts a coffee like every day, to the point where now every time his car goes up to the drive-thru, they immediately know his order.
That's funny.
Which I've always wanted, because I've been going to McDonald's ever since I was young, and yet still they have not memorized my order by now.
Do you know how many people go to McDonald's every day? You are not the only regular customer.
Yeah, I know, but like Mama's car has pulled up there so many times. I get that people, like new people, keep on coming and coming, and like people that knew like kept on going. But like at least like know a part of my order.
Yeah.
Not all of it. My order is actually kind of simple, like at least 4 things.
Okay. What is it?
McChicken, large fries, medium Sprite, and 10-piece chicken nuggets.
Simple.
Okay,
let's wrap it up here. Thank you for coming on the pod, Zoelle.
You're welcome.
I have one more question. What are your, goals for like the near future? You don't have to think too far, but like really like in the coming summer and the coming year, what do you want to focus on? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do?
That is such a hard answer, because you're saying don't like think too much about it. How am I not supposed to do that?
Okay, you can think as much as you want. I'm just saying, don't
the
think
college I'm gonna go to in Boston. I'm gonna move in Boston.
So right now you're just thinking about college.
Yeah.
You got some time to go, baby.
No,
girl.
but high school.
Yeah.
I want to pick my own high school this time, because Mother keeps because everyone is like, oh, I want to go to this high school because I saw it and I went on a tour, and I'm like, you guys do that? My mom literally just picked a high school and said, you're going there now.
What high school did she pick?
I think it was like Saint something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's also another private high school.
Yeah.
What high schools are your friends going to?
Like something tech, something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, We can tell Mama like you want to go and tour schools and pick the ones you want to go to.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I at least just wanna, like, I don't know, just like at least, you know, see what people like. Oh, public high school was so bad, boo hoo, or public high school was great, or just private school is great, but it just feels just like public school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind.
You just kind of want to like weigh your options.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, I can see now that you're just like focused on high school and the coming future. I know you have a long, bright future ahead of you. I'm so excited to see what like you'll be doing. I'm so glad that you came on the podcast and that my audience, the kingdom, got to hear from ya. Any last words for them? What do you want to leave them with?
Please help me. I'm not eating in 5 days. I'm being held hostage.
She's lying.
I know I'm lying.
Leave them with something fun.
Don't do school. Wait, no. Don't do vegetables. Eat your school and stay in drugs.
Period.
Yeah.
You think you're silly? She's in a silly, goofy mood right now.
I've been in a silly, goofy
mood. Your whole life is a silly, goofy mood.
Silly, goofy.
I like it though. It brings so much excitement to mine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for being on the pod. We love you. God loves you. And you guys will hear from me in another episode. But if you stayed to the end, thank you for listening to Zoelle's story. Don't feel bad for her. I promise she's much, much well off than you can imagine.
Feel bad for me right now. Feel bad.
But yeah, thanks for coming on. I love you. I do. Say I love you. I do.
I love you. I do.
Good. And I'll talk to you in my next episode. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.